Minority attend?
I'm not sure kung ano yung mga possibilities na, but of course, in-encourage natin lahat ng ating mga senator judges to attend. This is our constitutional duty. At inaantay ng taong bayan na maumpisahan to at of course matapos rin kaagad para makabalik tayo sa normal nating mga responsibilities. Legislative, investigations, of course the budget, pinakamahalaga yung budget dahil ating ekonomiya ngayon ay bumabagal. So ito yung mga nakikita ko mahalagang mga bagay na dapat matalakay in the next few months.
But at least, sir, umattend sina Senator Loren and Senator Robin dun sa COCO. So committed sila to attend.
Papasalamat ako sa kanila dahil sumuporta sila doon sa All Senators Caucus at maganda yung discussions, maraming mga suggestions din na ibinigay. So lahat naman to ay wini-welcome natin para sa ikaayos ng impeachment proceedings.
Pero you take it to mean as may commitment nila na attend sila, mag-participate sila sa trial?
I think so. Dahil nandun sila at maganda naman yung usapan.
Pero SP, wala po so far from minority na nagsabi sa inyo na wala silang balak sumipon. May ganun po ba?
Wala naman akong nakuhang ganun na feedback. Okay, guys? Thank you.
Po, SP.
Itong huling mga ilang buwan ay marami po talagang kaganapan sa loob ng Senado. Marami pong kaguluhan. Pero marami rin po sa atin at naintindihan ko na marami sa atin ay nagkaroon ng agam-agam, takot at yung iba hindi na alam kung ano gagawin. At kaya ho nagpapasalamat ako sa inyong lahat dahil po kahit na may ganitong kaganapan po sa ating institusyon, kayo po ay tuloy-tuloy lang ang pagbibigay nyo ng magandang serbisyo sa ating mga kababayan. Mga kasama, magtiwala ho kayo sa akin na hindi ho tayo gagawa ng bagay na makakasira po sa ating institusyon na minamahal. Marami sa inyo ay mas matagal sa akin na nagtrabaho dito. Marami dito 10 taon, 20 taon, 30 taon. Sino ba pinakamatanda dito? Baka iba, baka may 40 years pa ba? Wala naman siguro, no? Pero mga kasama, marami sa inyo dito na ho, dito ang first job, dito na ho nagkaroon ng asawa, dito ho nagkaroon ng anak, baka apo, meron pa. Kaya ho, alam ko mahal na mahal niyo po ang Senado ng ating bansa, ang Senado ng Pilipinas. Kaya ang pangako ko sa inyo, hindi ho tayo gagawa ng mga bagay na makakasira po sa minamahal nating institusyon. Pagkos, gagawa po tayo mga bagay para lalong tumatag ang minamahal nating institusyon. Alam niyo mga kasama, matagal na sabi ho ni, katulad po ng sinabi ni Secretary Ray, matagal na po tayong nasa serbisyo publiko, mga 25. Pagkos, gagawa mo tayo mga bagay para lalong tumatag ang minamahal nating institusyon.
Kung hindi lang to nagiging presidente, hindi magkalit-silit siyang Pilipinas eh. Oh. Biruin mo, nakakaw rito, nakakaw doon, tapos ayaw pa niyang aminin.
Siya nga daw ang nagsiwalat ng nakawan. Grabe, sinipti yung sarili. Saka kapag gamit talaga daw. Gusto niya sisirain.
Ang dumadamoy na dugo, mas makinang pa sa dito.
Let a writ of summons be issued to the Vice President Zara Zimmerman Duterte,
who is directed to file her answer within a non-extendable period of 10 days from receipt, pursuant to Article 7 of the Rules of Procedure of Impeachment Trial, she is directed to appear before the session hall of the Senate of the Philippines upon notice. The Sergeant at Arms is directed to serve the written summons on Vice President Sara Duterte along with a copy of the Articles of Impeachment. The prosecution may file a reply within a non-extendable period of 5 days from receipt of the answer. The parties may file their pleadings and annexes in person or through electronic mail. All other pleadings, motions, similar papers intended for the consideration of this court may be filed electronically. We will circulate the specific instructions on the format for the pleadings and manner of electronic filing for the guidance of all parties.
Mr. President.
Senator Judge.
Thank you,
Soto.
thank you.
Yes.
Mr. President, may we be clarified when you say 10 days, is that working days or calendar days?
Calendar days.
Calendar days, and including the 5 days for the prosecution to respond.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
The clerk of court is hereby authorized to calendar the case for pre-trial and issue the corresponding notices to the parties after the last pleading is filed. Upon conclusion of the pre-trial, the trial proper shall commence on a date and time fixed by the court, of which the parties shall be duly notified. I approached members of the minority of the Senate, and then later on I will approach the senator judges that we will fix the calendar together and in pursuit of impartial justice.
While the Senate is sitting in trial on the articles of impeachment against Vice President Sara Zimmerman Duterte.
The clerk of court will please call the roll.
To tell me that the NBI were here to arrest Senator De La Rosa without the benefit of any warrant of arrest?
Yes. So far, I do not want to talk in a partial investigation, but so far there is no information that the NBI informed the Senate, which by tradition, no law enforcement agency has ever come to the Senate in secret to effect an arrest. Usually they have an arrest warrant and they coordinate with the office of the Senate President, and the Senate President calls a caucus to get the details. No? But if there's no objection, I will recognize Senator Soto, but if there's no objection, I will just direct and allow the Sergeant of Arms to conduct the investigation. Is that okay?
Mr. President, may I suggest that we just follow your instructions and then go into a suspension so that because of some vital information that
Yes.
we're discussing, which might be detrimental
Prejudicial.
to the records of the Senate later
Yes.
on.
Yes. So that was the
in the meantime-
initial verbal report of the Sergeant at Arms, but let us wait for the official full-length report that we're giving him 20, 30, 40 minutes to finish. But please do that, General, so that we will know our actions. In the meantime, they are not allowed to leave the Senate. No? Senator Marcoleta.
Mr. President, what happened to Senator Bato this afternoon does not only concern him. Most importantly, this concerns the very institution where he belongs. It is not only a disrespect to an incumbent and sitting senator of the Republic, but this is an act ridiculing this institution. Hindi po simpleng bagay yun, Mr. President. Kahit na po sinasabi natin na wala namang complaint or charges against him, wala namang bakit sila mag-aaresto. That's another point, Mr. Speaker. Yun lamang po napigilan siya, na pumasok siya para gampanan ang tungkulin niya. They already violated at least Article 145 of the Revised Penal Code. Marami po ang implication nito, Mr. President. Kamakailan lang, kagaya po ng alam ninyo, na ipasa po natin ang Senate Resolution number 44, which was adopted on March 17, 2026. Dito po sa resolution na ito, Mr. President, dahil ito'y kamakailan lang, alam po natin na ang sense po ng Senate ay na-express sa pamagitan ng mga sumusunod. Una, due process and rule of law must be upheld in any surrender or extradition. Kasi po, nangangamba tayo na isusunod na naman si Senator Bato sa ginawa nila sa dating Pangulo. Filipinos not formally charged or convicted have the right to due process and will be guaranteed reasonable time and opportunity to seek redress from the courts and avail of any legal remedies available to them before any transfer to foreign or international authorities. Ito pa po yung isa. Sa sense ng Resolution number 44, while not legally binding, the resolution reflects the Senate's position against extrajudicial rendition and may be invoked to resist any attempt to arrest or surrender a sitting senator without due process. Ito po'y in-adapt natin, Mr. President. And there is a relevant precedent. Halimbawa po, yung binanggit kanina, former Senator Trillanes, noong 2018, Mr. President, former Senator Antonio Trillanes avoided arrest by submitting to Senate custody after his amnesty was voided. Ang sabi pa nga po noon ni dating, the former President of the Senate, our friend Vicente Soto III, maintained that no senator would be arrested within Senate premises to preserve the institution's dignity. Salita po ito ng ating colleague, Mr. President. The Trillanes precedent shows that the Senate can refuse to allow any arrest within Senate premises, even for a non-bailable offense, Mr. President. Senate Resolution number 44 strengthened this position. While not legally binding, it expresses the Senate's official stand on this matter. Filipinos must be protected from extrajudicial rendition. They must be given reasonable time to seek legal remedies before any surrender or extradition. Due process must be strictly observed. This gives the Senate, Mr. President, a policy basis to resist any attempt to arrest or surrender Senator Bato to international authorities without due process. Even if offense is non-bailable, Senator Bato is still or should still be protected as long as he remains inside the Senate. Because, number one, Senate can assert custody over him as it did with Trillanes. Number two, Senate can refuse any entry to arresting officers. And number three, Resolution number 44 provides political and procedural justification to delay or prevent arrest or surrender to international authorities. Mr. President, the arrest cannot be executed inside the Senate, and the senator can seek judicial remedies while under Senate custody. Thank you, Mr. President.
Your manifestation is well taken and noted. I will restate that any government entity or any body, even judicial and quasi-judicial legislative bodies, their existence, of course, is always a priority. And when you have a collegial body like the House or the Senate, its members are given not only rights and responsibilities, but also privileges. That's why there is also immunity against suit, because if you look at history, when the kings and queens in Europe allowed parliament to meet, they would kidnap or stop or arrest members of parliament from going to parliament if they think that Parliament will be acting contrary to their wishes or interests. And that's primarily the reason why, although we opted for the presidential form of government, it is that the immunities is still found in our constitution. Having said that, there are also a list of criminal offenses, including preventing a legislative body from meeting. There are also a list of criminal offenses, for example, an assault on a person of authority. But it is really
Tulahi wa barakatuh. Madayaw maayong adlaw kaninyong tanan. Magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Ngayong araw, ipinapaabot ko ang aking taus-pusong pagbati sa lahat ng mga ina at sa lahat ng mga tumatayong ina sa ating mga tahanan. Bilang isang ina, alam ko ang bigat at saya ng ating tungkulin. The silent prayers we offer for our children, the long hours we spend ensuring they are safe, and the constant effort it takes to balance work and family. To nurture a child and lead a household is one of the most challenging roles any woman can take. But it is also the most rewarding. Tayo ang unang guro ng ating mga anak, ang takbuhan sa oras ng pangangailangan, at ang matibay na pundasyon ng bawat pamilyang Pilipino. Ikarangal natin ang sakripisyo at katatagan ng bawat nanay, mula sa mga nag-aaruga sa loob ng bahay hanggang sa mga Pilipinang nagtatrabaho sa labas ng bansa. To our OFW mothers, we know that sacrifice is not always about physical presence. Sometimes, the greatest sacrifice is the distance you endure to provide for your family. Salamat sa inyong katatagan. Sa lahat ng mga nanay, nagmamahal at nag-aaruga sa amin, maraming salamat sa inyo. Maligayang araw ng mga ina. Mahalin natin ang Pilipinas. Para sa Diyos sa bayan at sa bawat pamilyang Pilipino. Syukran.
Magandang gabi po sa ating lahat. Una na po ay gusto ko pong magpasalamat sa inyong lahat. Kahapon pa po ay tinitingnan ko na kayo. Lalong-lalo na po yung nanggaling pa sa malalayong lugar. Meron pa po ako nakitang nasa panig ng katandaan, mga lolo at mga lola, kahit na po ang lakas ng buhos ng ulan, walang tumitinag, walang umuuwi. Lalo na kung nagpapahayag po kayo ng ating pagkakaisa, ang ating hinahanap na katarungan, hinahanap nating katotohanan, transparency, at accountability. Salamat po sa lahat ng mga kapatid sa Iglesia ni Cristo. Salamat din po sa mga hindi kapatid ngunit nakikisang-ayon at sumusuporta sa pagkakaisa natin sa gabing ito. Mga kakilala ko, yung iba po ay hindi ko man kakilala, ngunit nagpahayag po ng pagsuporta at pagmamahal sa at ginagawa natin doon. Hindi na nga po sana ako pupunta dito. Kasi baka akalain po nung iba, ako pa po yung nag-i-instigate, hindi po. Ang palagi ko pong ginagawa, kagaya ng palagi kong sinasabi, ay kailangan maipakita natin kung ano ang tunay at tapat na paglilingkod ng isang public servant sa pamahalaan. Gusto ko pong gamitin ang aking sarili na isang mabuting halimbawa kung paano ang isang public official ay tumupad ng kanyang tungkulin dahil sa pinagtiwalaan ng mga tao para sila ay paglingkuran. Hindi ko po alam kung paano ko kayo pasasalamatan sa tuwing nababanggit ang aking pangalan na sinusuportahan po ninyo ang aking ginagawa para sa ating bansa. Pangalawang araw na po ito, ngunit hindi ko nakikita sa mukha ninyo ang kapaguran. Hindi ko po alam kung paano ako magpapasalamat sa inyo. Kung magagawa ko lang, napuntahan ko kayong isa-isa para yakapin ko kayo. Gagawin ko po. Naisip ko nga, magdadala na lang ako ng hopya. Pero nung makita ko po na napakarami ninyo, kahit 30 pabrika ng hopya, hindi magkakasa sa inyo. Bakit nilulunod ang pag-iimbestiga sa flood control scam? Bakit si Marcoleta ang ikukulong, kayo ang mandarambong? Meron po akong babasahin sa inyo. Alam nyo na po ito, pero kailangan pong alam ko uli sa inyo para maitatak po sa ating puso. Ang babasahin ko po sa inyo ay yung pambungad o yung preambulo ng ating saligang batas. Ito po ang kauna-unahan, ito ang pambungad, ito yung panimula. Kung tawagin natin sa English ay preamble. Ito po ang sama-samang isinulat ng bawat isang Pilipino noong ang ating saligang batas ay ating pinagtibay. Babasahin ko po. Kami, ang nakapangyayaring sambayanang Pilipino na humihingi ng tulong sa makapangyarihang Diyos upang bumuo ng isang makatarungan at makataong lipunan at magtatag ng isang pamahalaan nakakatawan sa aming mga mithiin at mga lunggatiin, magtataguyod ng kabutihan sa bawat isa